morning, everyone. My name is Fassina, and I have the honor of serving as the president of this incredible institution, Okanagan College. I'm speaking to you today from this beautiful new Health Science Center, which is located on our Kelowna campus. As I know many of our colleagues are joining us virtually, I'd like to take just a moment to recognize that we are here today on the traditional and unceded territories of the Syilx Okanagan people. Many of our colleagues will be joining us also from the traditional and unceded territory of the Secwepemc. And if your colleagues in Revelstoke are also joining us from the traditional and unceded territories of the Syilx Okanagan, the Secwepemc, the Ktunaxa, and the Sinets. It is now my honor to introduce Amber Cardenas of the Penticton Indian Band, who has recorded this rendition of the Okanagan song, which we will play for you now. Thank you so very much, Amber. It is now my distinct pleasure to turn it over to Harwinder Sandhu, MLA for Vernon Monashee, who has graciously agreed to be our MC for this moment.
Thank you, Neil. Appreciate the invitation. Hello, everyone. My name is Harinder Sandhu. I am MLA for Vernon Monashi, and I'm coming to you from the unceded traditional and ancestral territory of the Okanagan Indian Nations. And I'm delighted to be here today as your MC, for this exciting announcement. So I'd like to acknowledge that we are also on the territory of the traditional and unceded territory of the Selk's Nations people. And I am honored to introduce our speakers today. Kang, Minister of Education and Skills, Advanced Education and Skills Training. I'm so thankful to Amber for a beautiful song. I've listened to this song a few times before. I just can't listen it enough. It's such a beautiful song, so thank you, Amber. Dr. Neil Fassina, President of the Okanagan College. I am so happy to see Neil in person today. We've met virtually in the COVID world, but it's exciting to see you in person. Danielle Cameron, Executive Director, Clinical Operations with Interior Health South, and Caitlin McGilvery, how do I say your name? McGilvery, sorry. Bachelor of Science, nursing student at the Okanagan College here. So thank you to all of you, those who are joining us in person, and our guests who are joining us virtually via live stream. I would like to invite now Neil Fassina to the podium to start today's proceedings. Neil, thank you.
My start is actually going to be incredibly brief and invite Minister Kang to speak on behalf of the province.
Thank you to my colleague, MLA Harinder Sandhu, for being an MC today, and thank you so much, Dr. Neil Fassina, for being such an awesome president to our college here. My name is Kang, and I am the Minister of Advanced Education and Skills Training. And what a delight to be here in beautiful Okanagan. And I'm recognizing that I am on the traditional and ceded beautiful territory of the Siletz Okanagan people. I also want to thank Amber Cardenas from the Penticton Indian Band for her beautiful start. The song just brings warmth and reflection to all of us as we are studying here on the beautiful lands here. And very delighted to be welcome as an immigrant to be here. So today we're announcing the official opening of the Okanagan College Health Science Center. And just a few hours ago, we were taking a grand tour. And the reason why it was a grand tour, not only was the building beautiful as an integration of arts and inspired by science, but here, seeing the beauty and the excitement of the students learning in the classroom, hands-on, sharing knowledge with each other, that was grand. So with our completion of the exciting tour that we had, an 8-story building where it is clear that the arts and the science came together to make this an interactive building. From the collaborative learning spaces with plenty of natural light to the indigenous artwork in the main stairwell, this is a space that draws all of us together. Top that off with classroom design to reflect real-life workspaces and top-of-the-line technology. I think everyone should come and have a tour. It's so fantastic and amazing. And I am so proud to know that the health science professionals of the future will be well prepared in this amazing college. And as well as we're talking to the professors, we're talking to the industry, we know that there is a great demand. The center will be home to 8 Okanagan colleges programs ranging from certified dental assistant to healthcare assistant to bachelor's of science in nursing. The new building creates space for nearly 600 students to learn every year, and Okanagan College's Health Center, Science Centers offers many benefits to our healthcare students and the people of British Columbia. For students, it helps meet the growing demand for spaces in popular programs such as practical nursing, pharmacy technician, and early childhood education. That means more people can start rewarding careers in healthcare and in the care that we call the industry care. For British Columbians, it means that when they need the most, there will be healthcare professionals available wherever British Columbians need them. This is vital to ensuring people can access the care they need, where they need them, and also close to home. This health science center benefits the entire province. Projects of this scale are the result of hard work of so many people that we see around today. I want to thank Okanagan College for your leadership role in this project. To the builders and designers who brought this building to life, thank you. I also want to recognize and especially acknowledge the Okanagan College Indigenization Task Force for ensuring Indigenous ways of knowing and doing were integrated throughout the project. And the Interior Health and the Kelowna community more broadly for working with the college to help shape this project. Your insight, your input, and support to this meaningful project will serve BC well. So thank you so much, everyone, for being part of our celebration today. It is certainly a moment, and that is to be unforgettable. And next, I would like to invite back to the podium, is that correct? Sorry, Sandhu. It's just so exciting. She is one of my best friends. I don't know how I could forget her name, but MLA Sandhu, back to the podium for MC.
Thank you, Minister Kang, and thank you for lovely remarks. I know we're more like sisters ever since my election. She's been very humble and very supportive, and thank you for all the work you're doing to support our region here. I echo Minister Kang's remarks about the tour and health science, how innovative this building and the opportunities it offers. So I also come from healthcare background, as many of you probably know. I'm a registered nurse and still an interior health employee on leave doing this MLA role. So it was hard for them to, during the tour, get me out of some of the rooms as it brings back memories. So it was my happy place. I've toured this building and I'm thinking, what a wonderful way to bring together, as the minister mentioned, the Indigenous art and the work that went behind the scenes, volunteers, the fundraisers like Helen and many others, and the government and college partnership. It's very important when we need to embark on these journeys and to make these big projects a success. So one thing I'm so reassured, all these healthcare workers and professionals were training in this innovative building. It's going to meet today's demand, and they're going to have rewarding careers. So it's a win-win for all of us. So now to speak about many ways of building will help many Okanagan College students today and far into the future. I would like to welcome President Fassina back to the podium so he can share some words. Thank you.
So thank you so very much, Mr. Kang, MLA Sandhu. It has been so incredibly wonderful to be able to invite these fine individuals into this incredible new facility and have them meet some of our students and our educators. As MLA Sandhu says, to be able to return back to a healthcare environment and see the passion of our students and our educators truly lets us know that when we step away from these buildings, we're most certainly in good hands. I also want to take just a moment to acknowledge Gloria Morgan, who's here with us today. Gloria is the chair of the OC Board of Governors, and I know that Gloria, along with all other members of the board, both past and present, have had such an incredible influence on making this building come to life and have an integral role into making that story come true. So many thanks to all the members of our Board of Governors and Gloria for your exceptional leadership. I also want to take just a moment to acknowledge my predecessor, Jim Hamilton, whose vision and efforts were instrumental in making this building come to life that we're standing in today. And I'd also like to acknowledge the significant efforts of our former board chair, West Bank First Nations Chief Chris Derrickson. As we toured the building this morning, I experienced a very familiar feeling, one I've been struck by many times since becoming Okanagan College's president 6 months ago. And that is a feeling of overwhelming gratitude. Gratitude to the learners who have chosen to be helpers, the caregivers, the literal lifesavers we turn to look after our children, our families, and our communities. To our students who have adapted, kept learning, and who answered the call, stepped up during a pandemic. To each one of you, you have reminded us of the true nature of bravery and service. So with that, I thank you. Then there's the gratitude to the incredibly passionate educators who share their knowledge and their skills here. To our instructors and our team members, an immense thank you. Last, but certainly not least, there is the gratitude to the organizations and individuals who helped make this place an incredible reality. So on behalf of everyone at Okanagan College, I'd like to extend our deepest thanks to Minister Kang, to everyone at the Ministry of Advanced Education and Skills Training, and to the province for the support for this incredible facility. Thank you to all of the donors, industry partners, and community supporters who have helped us equip and power up these spaces, which will prepare our students to be industry relevant the moment they step out of those doors. And I think as we've toured the building this morning, that technology is unbelievable. Thank you also to Interior Health for its tremendous partnership and collaboration with the college. We're incredibly proud to provide you with the skilled workers you need and are always appreciative of the insights into how we can continue to prepare them better to make the diverse healthcare settings that we all depend on be well supported as they step into them and lead them. And as others have noted, from the earliest moments of design and all through the build, it has been a priority for us to work with and learn from the Indigenous communities to integrate Indigenous ways of knowing and doing into the Health Science Center. And I want to convey a huge thanks to Westbank First Nation, to the Okanagan Nation Alliance, to members of the college's Indigenous Task Force, and the many other people who provided input. Seeing your words translated into action in this transformative space is incredibly heartening. And you don't have to look far or hard to see what I mean. Only a few steps away from me is the stunning 3-story sculpture by artist Clint George, which conveys the story of the 4 food chiefs. So thank you, Clint, for sharing your brilliance with us and helping us create this large-scale celebration of Indigenous culture on our campus. It will be a positive source of learning and dialogue for many years to come. Kudos also go to Faction Projects, to GEC Architects, and Stuart Olson Construction, who completed this building during a pandemic, which many of you will know is no small feat. So in closing, I wanted to note the health and social development training that has been at the heart of what we do at Okanagan College since the very beginning, nearly 60 years now, if we're actually counting. So thanks to this great location, this world-class, highly sustainable health and social development learning space that you've all helped us create at Okanagan College, we'll be ready to train the people that Interior Health and so many other employers across the province and the country need. So with that, thank you, Nedlet and Cooksjam. It is now my distinct privilege to turn the mic over to one of our healthcare heroes in training at Okanagan College, nursing student Caitlin McGilvery.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Caitlin McGilvery, and I'm currently in my 2nd year of the Bachelor of Science in Nursing program here at Okanagan College. I'm 19 years old, and I'm set to graduate in 2024. My first experience in healthcare was in my gap year after high school, working at a private care home for 5 residents with varying degrees of disabilities. I became a primary caregiver at the young age of 17. I was never really sure what I wanted to do after high school, but within 6 months of working at the care home, I was set on becoming an RN. I decided to apply to Okanagan College as I had heard from many friends that it would be the most beneficial because of the small class sizes and the close connections I would build with my professors. Because of COVID-19, my first year in college was not exactly what I had imagined. I had all of my classes online in my first semester, but luckily there are only 26 people in my class, so creating relationships was not hard. I will never forget the first day we were all coming to campus for our orientation into clinical practice. Even though I had spent countless hours in Zoom classes with these people, I had a hard time matching a face to a name. I was equally surprised seeing how tall everyone is, as that is not something you think about when you're sitting behind a desk all day. I have gotten to know every one of my classmates very well this past year, even in the most unimaginable learning experience, and that is just one of the many reasons that I am grateful for choosing to attend Okanagan College. When I learned that classes were all in person this year, I could not have been more excited. Finally, a sense of going back to normal, and also a chance to see all that the campus has to offer, such as the wonderful building we are currently in. I have found my lectures so much more intriguing now that I can connect on a face-to-face level with my professors, and the fact that so many of them are registered nurses is so valuable to our learning, as they know firsthand how the content that they teach will be helpful to our nursing careers. We often get caught up in story time from their experiences for large periods in class. But I'm realizing that is what I enjoy the most. To be able to connect everything we are learning about in our classroom to actual nursing practice in the real world is what reminds me every day why I chose this profession. I'm currently in clinical practice at Kelowna General Hospital on 3 East. This is a surgical unit, and although it can be overwhelming, we are encouraged to talk about every part of our experience in clinical, good or bad. This is another reason why I'm grateful for my enrollment in Okanagan College. There are only 6 of us in my clinical group, and the one-on-one time with my professor, Monique, is always full of encouragement and valuable learning. Not only do we get to see what the nurses' jobs are on 3 East, but we also get to experience how many health professions come together to collaborate on one patient. One patient may have a dietitian, care aide, LPN, RN, physician, and physical therapist working together to help them recover. That is why the new Health Sciences building is such an amazing addition to our campus. We get to interact with all of the healthcare students in one center for learning, and these are people that we may see in our practice one day. I am sure that anyone you ask in any healthcare profession will tell you that it is demanding, and the past year and a half has shown us the hard work and dedication of frontline healthcare workers under extremely unpredictable circumstances. We have had very honest conversations in many of my classes about how this may not be what we signed up for when we decided on our profession, but it is what we must do our best to adapt to now. This building is an amazing representation of support for the future of healthcare and the attention that should be put on the next generation of frontline heroes. The classrooms, nursing labs, and simulation rooms are state-of-the-art and a stepping stone for the continuation of education and training for the most competent and caring healthcare students. The learning and collaboration that I will have the opportunity to do in these classrooms is not something that I take for granted, but something that I will cherish and try to make the very most of. To everyone who has had a part in making this building a reality for our health science students, I sincerely thank you for making sure that our education is your priority just as much as it is ours. I would specifically like to thank all of the donors in the community for helping make this a reality, and I would also like to thank the province of BC for continuing to support Okanagan College. With everyone's generous contributions, I am very optimistic of the future education and opportunities that will arise for healthcare students. Thank you. Now I would like to welcome Daniel Cameron to the stage to say a few words on behalf of Interior Health.
Thank you, Caitlin, and everyone for inviting Interior Health to be a part of this event today. So we're so pleased to be a part and a partner with Okanagan College, and very pleased to be a part of the grand opening of the Health Sciences Center here at the college today. It has been a real pleasure to be able to participate in the tour this morning and be able to see the spaces where the students and hopefully our future employees are learning their trade and becoming future healthcare providers. I was particularly struck by the integration of technology and the most recent learning tools into all of the spaces, and the opportunities that it gives to students and that they wouldn't have been afforded many years ago to be able to see things in a different way. So that was particularly special. So this building opening represents an incredible opportunity for people to learn in our community, to become healthcare providers and stay in our community and serve our community after they graduate. And for that, we're very lucky to be able to train and mentor people here to stay and work with both Interior Health and the other healthcare providers that here are in the Okanagan Valley. Students will benefit from the state-of-the-art building and acquire the skills and knowledge and hands-on practical experience to be able to be job ready when they graduate. People from across our region will benefit from this new center because we'll be able to train and have people stay in our community and provide care for those that require health care here in Kelowna and through the Okanagan Valley. And that will be a benefit to not only the people providing the care, but also those receiving the care and those of people that love them and want to see them be provided with really good quality, high health care. So as more students come to Okanagan College and take advantage of this beautiful new health science center, we really look forward to welcoming the new graduates to Interior Health and having them support the care of the patients and their families into the future. While I'm here, I can't help but make a pitch for Interior Health. We are recruiting. We're looking to hire almost every graduate that comes out of this building, whether it be coming from the healthcare assistant program, nursing, LPN, or even any of your therapy and dental programs and administrative support positions. We're recruiting for all of them, so please call us. You will have access to the equipment and the resources that deliver the highest quality education to help you be job ready when you come out. You'll meet with incredible classmates, colleagues, and through your practical experiences, get to know some of the people in our local industry and form connections that you may see through to a very fruitful and rewarding career in healthcare. As I close, I'd like to thank Minister Kang and Okanagan College for having the vision to see this new center through to where we are today and opening it, and having students in the learning spaces and upstairs and interacting with each other and collaborating and developing their skills. For Interior Health, it means more people to join our workforce coming forward in the future, and we really look forward to working with the graduates of Okanagan College. With that, I'd like to invite MLA Cindy back up to the podium. Thank you.
Thank you, Danielle, for sharing those insights into Interior Health and the opportunities that await for healthcare students, and I can attest to that it is one of the good employer, and I enjoy it, and I still miss my colleagues, even though I'm still a proud employee, and I try to explore opportunities if I can work on weekends, but this role is quite busy, which I'm still helping at the other level, but we're still helping to improve those services. And as far as Okanagan College goes, we've had many students graduated from here, students doing practicum. I wouldn't, it is actually known, I think, across province and country. Okanagan College does have one of the best healthcare programs, whether it's healthcare program, nursing programs, or the pharmacy or other allied services. We've attested the students are much more calmer, very confident, and as my parents always taught me that what's important is a solid foundation, slow climb with solid foundation. And that's what Okanagan College provides, and I've seen it over the years. So again, I thank, and I'm so proud to be part of today's announcement. So on behalf of Okanagan College and the province, I want to thank everyone who's able to join us today. Your time and interest in this project are appreciated. This concludes the announcements, and I would like now to invite media who are with us in person to ask questions of our speakers today. Our team from Okanagan College will help you pair you up with speakers and direct you some spaces with nice backdrops for interviews, of which there are many in and around a wonderful facility, so not sure which one they will pick. And once again, thank you so much. I do tend to talk lots, and especially trying to stick to my script so I don't go off time, because this is my favorite topic and